Hi there, I'm Lauren and welcome to my YouTube channel Sweet Smiling Soul, where I talk about all things sewing. Today we are working on part 4 of the Doll and Dollhouse sewing series. So if you haven't watched part 1, 2 and 3, you can check those out in the playlist on my YouTube channel that is specifically for the Doll and Dollhouse Storybook. It's based on my sewing pattern, so if you would like to put this together yourself, you can purchase it from my shop. I'll link it all in the description below so that you know where to go for that. So this series is a bit of a tutorial. It's showing you how I put the dollhouse together and how I make it my own. So hopefully these videos inspire you to sew the doll and dollhouse yourself. Today we are working on the bathroom and the hobby room. So I'm going to sew this together and show you how it's done, and you can follow along with me. Let's get sewing. So for the bathroom and the hobby room, we'll need the pattern pieces, which are from page 5 to 8. And we'll also need the bookshelf and the books from page 4, as well as our foundation piece. So for this one, I put a bookshelf in and some plants in both rooms. On another one that I did, I put a little macrame wall hanging. So it's really up to you how you want to decorate your rooms. You could add a bookshelf, or you could add a picture frame like we did in the previous tutorial, which is part 3 of putting the dollhouse together. I think for this one I'm going to stick with the bookshelf, only because I haven't added the bookshelf to my dollhouse yet. So I will keep the little box here for some little storybooks, and I'll also make a rug, but rather than make the rug out of the macrame cord, I think I'm just going to cut out a round piece of fabric just to make this project a little bit faster today. But you have the option. You could create your own textured rug here. The instructions for that are in the tutorial, or you could cut out a round piece of fabric and that can be your rug. I think I'll stick with the plants. I really love adding plants to this dollhouse. It just adds a bit of color and just makes it feel more homey. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I've got my fabrics chosen already. I'm going to use this green felt for the plants. I've got my hobby room fabrics, so I've got felt for the bookshelf. I'm going to create little books using these fabrics. I'm going to make the hobby box out of this fabric, and I'm going to make a rug out of this one. So those are my fabrics for the hobby room. For the bathroom, I'm going to need a main fabric for the bathtub. So I've chosen this. I've got this white eyelet for the shower curtain, so that's what I'm going to use for that. I have some elastic for the shower curtain rod, but you could also use macrame cord or some kind of thread. It's up to you. I just find the elastic has a little bit more structure and it's easy for the curtain to open and close. I have some embroidery thread to attach the curtain rod. I'm going to use a little bit of grey felt for the shower head, and I'm going to use this scrap piece of leather for the feet of the bathtub. So those are my materials. I have some heat and bond here to help me secure some of the pieces, such as the plants and the shower head, and that just helps it keep it in place before I sew over it. I have a hot glue gun handy. It's up to you if you would like to use this. You could use it to attach your leaves or your books or even the curtain rod. It's totally up to you. If you find using a hot glue gun for those steps easier, then by all means use one. So I have standard sewing supplies here, my cutting mat, rotary cutter, scissors, and a erasable pen. This will just help me draw the pattern pieces onto my fabrics before cutting out. I have some tweezers to help me turn things right side out. I also have a crochet hook that might come in handy for that as well. So you'll need a sewing machine, and you'll also need an iron and an ironing board. I also wanted to talk about some of the extras that you can add to the bathroom and the hobby room. So for the bathroom, I made a little towel. I also made a cushion and a soft blanket that could be used for the hobby room if the doll would like to take a nap, or it could be used on the couch that we make later on in the living room, or it could even be added to the bed. So these are just optional extras that you might want to put together, and all the instructions for those, as well as the little books, are in the PDF. So those are some of the extras, but then I also got inspiration just from this little granny square that I started crocheting recently, and it reminded me of a little blanket. So if you're good with a crochet hook, then you might even want to put together a blanket in that way. Let's get started. So you'll need to cut the base using this base template. You'll need one piece of fabric and one piece of interfacing. I'm going to start cutting out all my pattern pieces and my fabric, and then we'll start sewing. So for today, I'm just going to work with these pieces, and I will also hand draw the leaves like I normally do, and I'll also hand draw a little rug for the hobby room. So now I'm going to cut out all the fabric. I've now cut out all my pattern pieces. So for the hobby room, I cut out an oval shape for the rug, a piece for the hobby box, and I also cut out some interfacing for the hobby box just to give it a little bit of structure. You could double up on fabric or you could use interfacing. I've cut out some leaves for the hobby room. I've cut out the bookshelf and 3 little books. I have also added some heat and bond to the back of the bookshelf, the books, the plants, and also the back of the shower head as well. I didn't worry about the feet of the bath because it's leather. I cut out 2 pieces for the bath because this is going to act like a pocket. It's good if you've got some lining, and the extra bit of fabric gives it a bit more structure. You could also use iron-on interfacing instead of fabric for the back. It's totally up to you. I've got some more plants here, all with some heat and bond on the back, and I've got my shower curtain. So I'm going to start with the curtain, and what I'm going to do here is just fold in the seams, and I'm going to stitch that down, and then I'll fold over by about 2 centimeters and create the casing for the curtain rod. So I've got my shower curtain here, and I've created the casing for the shower curtain rod. I have also ironed on my interfacing to the base of the dollhouse. So if I fold this in half, it's gonna make it easier for me to know which side of the dollhouse is the bathroom and which side is the hobby room. So I'll just put a bit of a crease in there just to give me a rough guide. So I've got my shower curtain ready, and now I'm going to sew the bath. So I just place them right sides together. I'm going to sew around the edge, and I'm going to leave an opening at the bottom so that I can turn it right side out. So I'm just clipping into the seam here just so that when everything's turned right side out, it has a neat finish. So I've clipped into the curves, but I'm also going to clip this corner here just to kind of reduce the bulk a bit and make it easy when everything's turned right side out. And now I'm going to use my crochet hook to help me turn everything in and poke into the corners. So I'll put that aside for now, and next I'm going to work on the shower curtain rod. So I'm using elastic. I've cut some elastic. I'm going to loop this elastic, and I'm going to wrap this around a few times. So I'll wrap it around, and then I'm going to leave myself some thread at the end so that I can tie it in a little knot. So this is just one way to do the rod. You don't have to do it this way. I just kind of found myself doing this when I was making it the first time, and so I thought to include it in the instructions, but like I said, you could use macrame cord. So now I've got my shower curtain rod, and I'm going to poke it through the case that we made at the top of the shower curtain, and then I'm going to pull it through to the other side. So that's the curtain, and it's gonna sit like kind of bunched up over to the side when the dollhouse is being used. So in the past, I've used the same thread to sew the curtain rod directly onto the base, but I think for today, just to make things a little bit easier, I might use hot glue. So I'm going to move the curtain to the middle. So now I'm going to take my hot glue gun and I'm going to carefully put a dot of glue on either side and press those ends down. So hopefully I can do this without getting glue everywhere. So that's one side done, and now I'll just do the other side. So it's stretched across, but not so much that it's like bunching up the base of the dollhouse. So you can see it's attached. It can be that it kind of creeps over a little bit when you want it open. To stop that from happening, I actually get this under my machine and I just stitch close up to the edge of the elastic, but not too close that it can't open and close. But it just kind of helps it to kind of stay put when you move it to the side. So the tighter it is around here, just at the end, the easier that'll be. You could do it to both sides if you like. So let's just see if that made a little bit of a difference. Yes, it did. So yeah, I would recommend doing that. You can do it before you attach the curtain rod to the base. It wasn't too difficult for me to get it under my machine, but if you want to do that before you glue the rod, you can. And now we want to place the feet so they're up away from the edge and maybe on an angle. You want them to be close enough so that the bath can rest on top and the feet are kind of tucked in under the bath. I am going to sew the feet on first and then I'll add the bathtub. So you might want to pin them into place if you're worried that your fabric might move, or if you're using heat and bond, you can iron them on and do it that way before sewing. I'm not going to do that because I'm using leather here. I might just mark where I want them to go. So now I'm going to take them to my machine and sew them down. I've got my bath feet on the base and now I'm going to attach the bathtub. The bathtub is now attached to the base, so let's check it out. We can move the curtain across, can go back. We can even tuck the curtain in the bathtub like that. Now we just need to add the shower head. So I think if we place it around here, that's a good place. And then I'm going to do a little back stitch in black for the pipe that attaches to the wall. So the shower head has been attached and now I'm going to stitch the pipe. I only really need 3 strands, it doesn't need to be that thick. So I'm just going to do a back stitch along that line. You could also get creative with the embroidery thread and stitch some little water drops. I think I might do that. I've never done that before. If this doesn't look good, then I'll just unpick it all. It's worth a try. Now I'm going to place the leaves in the bathroom where I would like them. Before I sew them on, I'll just press them on to secure them with the iron-on adhesive. So I have sewn on the leaves now and we have finished the bathroom. I've got my little doll here and she can slip into the bath and I think she fits perfectly, so she can be like that. And then there's the little towel that you can make as an add-on. The instructions for that are in the PDF pattern, and yeah, I mean, it's quite cute. I'm really happy with it. So now I am working on the hobby room. I've attached some iron-on adhesive to the back of all these small pieces, including the plants. So for the plant, you don't really have to do exactly what I'm doing. You could even like make a pot and put the plant inside a pot on the floor, or you could try and make like a hanging plant. I just like this look, and I find it's quite simple to do just to add a little bit of greenery to the dollhouse. So that's why I always have them kind of coming out from the edge, but you know, you can really do whatever you like. I've already added interfacing to the hobby box. I folded down the top edge and I've top stitched that. I could fold in these edges, but I kind of want a little bit of a bigger hobby box, so I'm probably going to just keep the edges raw around here. And the rug is probably a little bit too big, so I'm just going to shorten it a little bit. So what I'm going to do now is iron on these pieces up here so that they're in position, and then I'll sew everything down. So I have sewn all the pieces on in the hobby room. The only other thing that I want to add now, I think, now that I'm looking at the rug, is maybe some embroidery stitches around the edge, and I'll just go over my stitching here just to kind of make it look a bit more like a rug. So if you're going ahead and making the macrame cord rug according to the pattern instructions, then you'll see that it's got that round look, you know, it just looks more like a rug, and I think I would like something like that in this rug. So I'm going to do a small circle, a medium circle, and then a large circle around the edge. I might go with the light pink, so I'm going to do that next, and that'll be the last step of the process. So I've finished stitching some circles on the rug. They're not perfect, but I think it just adds a little bit of texture, and I'm happy that I've done that. So far in this doll and dollhouse series, we have made the little doll and her dress. We have made the outside of the dollhouse storybook. We have also made the bedroom and the wardrobe, and today we completed the bathroom and the hobby room. So that is part 4 of the doll and dollhouse series, and next we are going to work on the living room and the dining room. Let me know what you think of the bathroom and the hobby room. I had a lot of fun with this today. It was really nice to try out something new, such as stitching on the water coming from the shower head, and also experimenting with a fabric rug rather than the macrame cord rug that I usually do. So it was a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed watching me put it all together. So let me know in the comments if you decide to make this yourself. I would love to know your thoughts. If you are searching for the pattern, the link is in the description below. You can purchase it from my shop, and if you have any questions, feel free to comment on this video. Now that we've done the bathroom and the hobby room, the next section will be the living room and the dining room. So we're going to work on that next in part 5 of this series. If you want to watch this series from start to finish, you can follow along the playlist on my YouTube channel. It's specifically for the doll and dollhouse storybook, so you can follow along there if you haven't watched the previous episodes. I'm really excited to see how this dollhouse turns out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.